Hi everybody, it is Annie Poirier, Shaping Perspectives, A Woman's Way to Joy. And in today's vlog, we're going to be talking about the newest self-care technique that you're going to be hearing a lot about, or self-care strategy. One of the things that we really don't realize makes such a big impact in everything, our physiology, our mood, our energy level, is sleep. So we're going to talk a little bit today about this new self-care tool, and share with you also a resource that we have available to you. So one of the things that I don't think people realize is when we have a lack of sleep, some of the things that happen physiologically to the body, and a lack of sleep is what the researchers will term under 7 hours a night. So thinking about that particular kind of, we think of that as our space to start from is less than 7 hours on a regular basis. And so some of the things that happen is we have an increase in cortisol, and we know that cortisol is linked to weight gain, right? We know that already from all of our research on dieting. And cortisol is our stress hormone, fight, flight, freeze, right? So it actually is a protection mechanism. It signals the body to hold on to fat in order to preserve or to protect and to utilize later, right? So it's a feast and famine. It's that protection mechanism of the body, the stress response. So not only do when we don't have enough sleep, we have an increase in cortisol, we also have an increase in our ghrelin, which is our hunger hormone, and a decrease in leptin, which is our fullness hormone. And if you've heard me talk at all about dieting and restriction, those are the exact same things that happen in restriction, happen with lack of sleep. So if you're not getting enough sleep, it is like you are on a diet and depriving your body. Your body is not working in it's not living in its homeostasis, right, where it's comfortable. So we have this lowered leptin, so that means the body's not signaling when we're full. There's an increase in appetite, and with that increase in appetite, it is also provides increases cravings for sugar and fat, that quick fix kind of food. Lack of sleep lowers our energy level, right? So we're tired, we're less motivated, we might not work out or move our bodies as much. So there's another thing that's kind of tapping against the weight scale a little bit, right? No pun intended. And then lack of sleep affects the decision-making part of our brain, which means when we're hungry, because of the added, the increase in ghrelin, when we're hungry, we choose whatever is there, whatever's easy, whatever's quick, whatever's fast, and that's usually fast foods or highly processed foods, high in fat, high in sugar, high in salt. And so there's all these things that just the lack of sleep really can make a difference in how we're living our days. Thus, the link from lack of sleep to weight gain. Okay, so hopefully I've kind of described for you a little bit why lack of sleep can result in weight gain, just as diets can result in weight gain due to all the physiological, hormonal shifts that happen. And so what I want to share with you is that when we sleep, the body actually processes this hormone cortisol, but if we're not getting enough sleep, it doesn't get there. We get this healing, rejuvenation, hormonal reset of our bodies when we are sleeping, and that's why it's so important. One of the tools that we use is sleep. You'll hear it called sleep yoga or yoga nidra, and I don't know, many of you probably know that I am a Yoga Nidra guide, and I want to share a little bit about that story. When I was working as a personal trainer in New Hampshire, I was working with a gentleman for quite a few years, and I loved him. He was a great man to work with. And what happened is he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, stage 4. And with that, I started to think about what other ways can I help him, because actually working out had to shift a little bit. We had to shift what we were doing. And I stumbled upon Yoga Nidra. And so I went off and got certified as a Yoga Nidra facilitator because I knew that this was going to help decrease his stress level, so decreases cortisol level, increases immune system. I knew that that was going to be a factor of this because all the research had talked about this sleep yoga as doing all these wonderful things. So I have a whole series of journeys that I have created, and just over this past summer I've created 4 more journeys of this Yoga Nidra. And I want to tell you a little bit about some of the things that it's so easy, and if we have such an easy tool to use that takes less than a half an hour, that all we have to do is lie down and press a button. Why wouldn't we use it? Especially if it can affect, have implications on our weight, right? So 20 minutes of Yoga Nidra is equivalent to up to 3 hours of sleep. So if we are having some sleep deprivation, we can lie down and listen to Yoga Nidra or sleep yoga and get rejuvenated and kind of recapture some of that sleep, some of that healing, those healing properties. And so with Yoga Nidra, it's going to increase that immune system. Like I said, it decreases anxiety, depression. There have been lots of studies with the use of Yoga Nidra with children with ADD and ADHD, and also with PTSD clients and survivors. So we think about how if this can impact us in such a great way, why aren't we using it? And so right now we are pre-selling this whole series of stressless Yoga Nidra guided meditations up on our Thinkific site, which means that that you have access to it 24/7. We're taking pre-orders right now. It is $49. You get 13 meditations and then 18 mindful minutes. And the mindful minutes, the main mindful minutes, is just a pause. We know that 1 minute of breath and relaxation can change your state and lower your cortisol levels. And so we have a lot there. I mean, it's such a great tool. So if you're interested in picking that up, I'm going to drop the link below, and you can pick it up at any time. Or if you have any questions, please feel free to personal message me and I will answer any questions. Benefits are amazing. We have so much stress in our lives, external stress and internal stress due to worry and negative self-talk and anxiety and things that we produce ourselves internally, and then we also have external. We can only control what we can control. This is something we can control, our sleep and how much sleep we get, and if we utilize tools that can help us. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any more questions, please reach out. Have a great day.